Hey, what's up? This is Jason Drone. Welcome to today's episode of GSD Daily. This is episode 142. It is the Accelerate edition, the automated edition, I should say. And I've been thinking a lot about accelerators. But anyway, today we're going to continue the conversation on lead generation systems. And we're going to talk about how to automate, how the automation should go for your lead generation system. If you are basically pre-qualifying into a service or a higher ticket product or something that is a little bit more customizable than just a digital product or just a membership site. So basically, if you want somebody to hit your website, hit a landing page, give you their email address in exchange for like a PDF or something, and then ultimately continue giving you information like their phone number or their mailing address or whatever you need to get them to qualify for your services or to get them to buy something, then that's what we're going to talk about today. So in today's discussion, we're going to talk about the flow of what all of this looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip over here to our iPad, and we're going to walk through what this needs to do. So here, from a lead generation system standpoint, what we're going to do is we have our initial traffic over here on the right hand side or over here on the left. So we have our traffic, and then we have our funnel, and then we have our objective. So here, over on the traffic side, we have so there's lots of different kinds of traffic. From an automated standpoint, we want to be running traffic that is replenished. I mean, basically it's just ad budget, so we set up our targeting, we set up our ads, and then we're just managing the ads as they go. But, so if we spend $50 a day, $100 a day, $1,000 a day, we're moving leads onto our list so that they're pre-qualified and they are open to receiving our marketing in the future. So Facebook is one place. Google Ads is another place. LinkedIn is another place. By and large, most of our traffic ends up coming from Facebook and Google. And then what we do is we send them to the individual funnel. Now, from a lead generation standpoint, that funnel is going to start with a landing page. Now, yesterday we talked about lead magnets and why lead magnets are used in your funnel. So your landing page is usually a combination of a PDF that you give away in exchange for somebody's email address, and then also a confirmation page. So that confirmation page, and how it's usually set up, is we have a confirmation here. So the confirmation page normally has like a video sales letter or some sort of a presentation that gets you to, so when somebody opts in for your stuff, they are never, ever, ever more uniquely engaged in what it is you're offering than the second after they download something. That's just how it works. So when they opt in for your lead magnet, so they opt in for your PDF, and then they move to your confirmation page or the thank you page, that's the only time that you're ever going to be 100% sure that they are engaged with you, is when they hit this page. So when they hit that confirmation page, they are more engaged than they ever will be until they opt in for something again. So this is where you need to do something that matters. And oftentimes what we want to do there is we want to then get them to fill out a fully qualified lead form. So that fully qualified lead form is where you get their phone number, is where you get their email address, or where you get you already have their email address, where you get their phone number, where you get their address, where you get them to answer a couple questions. And a lot of times how we do it is we, on this fully qualified lead form, we of course ask for name, we ask for phone. If you have a phone sales process, we ask typically for Skype or some other, and Skype is a good one, but we even asked them if they want to do a Zoom call now that we're, in pandemic, everybody knows what Zoom is. We might ask for the address, and then we're usually going to want them to answer 4 to 6 questions. Now, those 4 to 6 questions might be specific to your product or service. That might be specific to, maybe the size of their business or the house that they're trying to liquidate, or, whatever. But we try to get them to answer 4 to 6 questions, one of them being a money question. So something that might be, are you willing to invest in such and such? Or another one that, are you willing to, get rid of such and such, whatever. So we try to introduce the idea of it being like a financial transaction. And then what happens is when they go through and answer these questions, then they go off to some sort of a sales automation sequence. So sometimes that lead goes to SMS. Other times it might go to email. Sometimes it goes to Slack. And sometimes it goes to a bot. Or if you're like us and all of our internal stuff, then it goes to a little bit of all of it. So whenever we get a new lead, an SMS triggers, an email triggers, a Slack notification triggers, and then sometimes it goes to a bot too. So there's lots of different ways to work through the automation piece. But at the end of the day, what we want to do is we want to make sure that regardless of how somebody is finding us, they are moving through that same automated process. So they find us on Facebook, and then they hit a landing page. They opt in for the thing. They get sent to a confirmation page. On the confirmation page, we are getting them to watch a video and read some text. So not all video autoplays. Just an FYI, we had an episode about this a couple weeks ago, but browsers now don't necessarily autoplay all video. So Google Chrome sometimes autoplays, Firefox sometimes autoplays. Safari sometimes autoplays. It depends on your preferences, depends on whether your sound is on or whatever else. But even Wistia and Vimeo, they'll try to autoplay. But if you try to autoplay and a browser doesn't autoplay, then sometimes just the audio won't work. So it's just one of those things you want to test it out and make sure that, like, if you have a video on a confirmation page, then you're giving it some use case. Like, you're trying it out on a bunch of different browsers to see when it plays, when it doesn't play. But by and large, it's always just safer just to have them hit the play button, and then surround that video with text, headlines, sub-headlines, text underneath the video, calls to action, and then some long form text below, like down the page a little bit. That way they can scroll around, they can grab, they can scroll around, they can watch the video if they want. But ultimately all of that text and that video needs to reinforce the fact that you want them to continue their journey with you by filling out a fully qualified lead form. If that's the end goal, the objective that you're going after, then once they fill out that form, then it's just alerting the people who need to be alerted that form has been filled out, and then to call them back or schedule a call or whatever. So, that from an automation standpoint, basically, if you're selling anything above $1,000, digital product, service, whatever, that automation sequence is going to be exactly what you need to start getting some, start ringing the bell at least. And if there's anything that we can do, just go to doneforyou.com/start or consultingsession.com, and we'll be able to put together an action plan for you. We'll walk through your funnel and your traffic and all that stuff. And then also, if you would like this model and a bunch of other models on how to turn clicks into customers and clicks into clients, then go to digitalaccelerator.io. There are 2 accelerator courses there. One of them is for funnels. The other one is for startups. So if you're looking to scale a business, the funnel accelerator is going to be for you. And if you're looking to start a business, then the startup accelerator is for you. So, and if you have any questions, just go to consultingsession.com, fill out the little form, and we'll talk to you soon. All right? Thanks.